Good evening. Just before we get into the nitty-gritty, we are proudly sponsored by Global Mapping Surveys. Global Mapping Surveys currently assist architects, property developers and construction companies all over the country. They offer a wide range of services such as setting out topographical surveys, 3D laser scanning and monitoring. The link is in the description for contact details, and obviously on the screen right now is more information. Thank you very much. So yeah, let's get into the teams very quickly because we're only moments, so the players are literally coming out now. So let's get into the teams. Let's just quickly share this. Let's just have a look at the teams. So we've got, let's just make sure it's sharing. It is awesome. So we got Haken in goal for Bodo, Samsted, Loader, Hoyblatten, Wembangamo, left back, Vettelson, Berg, Saltnes, Solbakken, Eschbord and Pellegrino. And for the Arsenal, we've got Turner in goal, Ben White, Rob Holding, Saliba, Reece Nelson, Kieran Tierney, Sambi Lokonga, Martin Odegaard, Fabio Vieira and Eddie Nketiah and Bukayo Saka. We've got a very strong lineup. We've got a couple of youngsters. Bradley Ibrahim is on there. Very exciting box-to-box midfielder. And Kalen Edwards, who has been, well, I think he's got 16 goals so far this season. So, yeah, he's doing very well at youth level. And obviously Matt Smith is also on there, along with Marquinhos, Xhaka, Partey, Gabriel Martinelli. So it's a very good, strong lineup. Good subs bench as well. So hopefully we get through it, but there would have to be one fan that doesn't want us to do well, and that is Colm. We got to Colm, United fan for people that do not know, and he's obviously cheering on Bodo tonight. Maybe just to like knock us down a few pegs, as opposition fans would like to do. So yeah, let's, obviously we played them last week at home. We won 3-0. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens. Pictures are just being taken at the moment. Don't do that. I'll put that on. There we go. Sorry, putting the wrong banners on. I think even the cameraman had a bit of an issue there, a bit of a wobble. I think the fans are going to be very important to Bodo here as well. It's a little bit of a cauldron, this place in Norway. I'm not even going to try and say the name. It begins with an A, but honestly, I'd butcher the name of it. So we've got a Bosnian referee for this game. The surface is going to be the all-important factor for this game. Whether or not it hampers the way that we play or not, I don't know. But I watched the Silkeborg versus West Ham game. That was a bit tricky for West Ham. So hopefully it's not tricky for us. So let's just hope. Let's just hope, guys. So they're saying it's free at the back here. Which could be. We'll have to wait to see where Reece Nelson plays. It's important that Martin Odegaard is playing here. Obviously, it's homeland. Hopefully his dad's there and hopefully his family are there to watch him and cheer him on, because that would be lovely for him. The one player that Pellegrino, to be fair, did play very well last week against us, but Ola Solbakken is, for me, one that we should watch out for. Very dangerous striker. Came on last week as a substitute and did all right, but I know he's talked about and highly respected. And Bodo get us underway. They're kicking from right to left. And Bodo have already given us a throw-in early already, which is nice. It's nice that the press... Bodo are not going to play any different to how they did last week. I guarantee that. They'll be playing from the back, trying to build attacks. Here comes Martin Odegaard to Saliba. Trying to work out if the formation they've said is right. I don't think it is, because Reece Nelson is playing on the left. So I think it is 4 at the back. It might be a fluid formation. We might change from one to another. Maybe. Ball goes back to Saliba, to Ben White. I think the players are just going to have to pass it around the ground a little bit, get used to it. Hopefully they've had some time to play on this type of surface before, because it is very different to what we're used to in the UK. Arsenal just probing at the moment. It's a gentle probe. Balls with Sambi to Ben White, to Saka. Ben White finds Saka. Saka's... Oh, just gone. Just gone. I don't know what the referee's blown for there. Well done. Very good movement from Saka there, though. What did the ref blow up for? I don't know what he blew for. What did he blow for? Was it the foul by Andy? Fabio Vieira there. Oh, being pressed there. But Arsenal handle it well. Turner having to clear it there, but just, to be honest, just kicked it up high and got it some distance away. Bodo with the ball now. And Bodo will play exactly how they always play. Passing it around, playing it back if they can't get anywhere. And they'll continue to do this. They won't change the way that they play at all. You can say it's like stubborn from their manager, Knutson, but if it works, it works. They are second in their league. I don't think they're going to... Here comes Pellegrino, though. Through. Oh, just about well managed there, but it has gone out for a Bodo corner. But Pellegrino absolutely defeated Ben White there. Odegaard. Kieran Tierney clears it. And it's back in defence for Bodo. And Bodo will just pass it around again and probe again. A little bit concerning, a little bit of a warning sign for us there, that Pellegrino will give us some issues. Also, watch out for Solbakken at some point. He's also a big threat. Currently given loads of space on the right here. He's so far right, it's ridiculous. But here comes... Okay, so Bodo are playing very good football right now. Slightly concerning. Holding back to Turner. Turner kicks it out to Ben White, who tries to chest it down but loses possession to Bodo again. There's Pellegrino trying to pass Saliba, but Saliba cuts that out. And here comes Saka. Still Saka. Didn't find Eddie there. And it's out for Arsenal throw-in. a bit more open than I'd like, to be honest. This is a game we must win. If we want to, we must finish first. You don't want to finish second in these groups, because in the next round you'll get the likes of the third teams from the Champions League falling into it. If you win it, you miss that group or that round, and you go straight through to the next round. So yeah, you don't want to have a bit of a tricky hurdle in the next round. Kirantini through here, but well cleared by the Bodo goal. I think he's actually kicked it out the ground. I hope there's some ball boys outside the ground running around to pick up these balls. Arsenal just passing it around again now. Ben White, Saka. Ben White on the overlap. White just dinks it in. It did go out of play. So it's a goal kick to Bodo. I would say that this Bodo attack looks way better than it did last week. Solbakken was so close there to catch that cross from Pellegrino. Like I said, Solbakken is definitely someone to watch out for. He's a big threat. He is someone that I expect to go into a bigger European league at some point. He's very talented. But here comes Bodo. They're passing it around confidently right now. Doesn't surprise me, they're at home. Here comes Bodo, just trying to force us out. They found Pellegrino out on the left here. Saltner's crosses it again, holding not the greatest cross clearance even. And Bodo winning it higher against us at the moment. This is confidence from Bodo, and don't blame him. Bodo just passing it around nicely right now. Holding, just managing this right now, heading it out. It's an Arsenal throw-in with Kirantini. Throws it back to Holding. To Saliba. Arsenal's just passing it around. Bodo are doing a bit of a press, so pressurising our defenders a little bit to go for the high pass instead of a low pass. Free kick there. Foul on Saka. Sambi. To Ben White. Saliba trying to find Saka. Finds him very well there. Saka just trying to pass it back to Sambi. He's passed it to Sambi. Odegaard. Back to Sambi. Shot by Sambi. Wide. Wasn't a great effort by Sambi, in all fairness. Referee's having a word here. I don't know why. One of the Bodo players. Don't know what he's. I think they're making a substitution here. I think there's an early substitution. I think it's definitely a substitution. So Saltness has come off, so that's kind of positive for us, to be fair, because he's a very strong player for Bodo. And Grudenbeck is coming on, Danish international. I don't want to spell his name wrong, so just waiting for his name to come up before I spell it. It's never going to come up right, to be fair, because I haven't got all those special characters that you need. But yeah, so early substitution for Bodo. Slightly positive news for Arsenal, to be fair, because Saltness is a very, very good and capable midfielder. Grindback isn't bad, does play for the Danish team, but I'd rather have Saltness if I was the Bodo coach, to be honest. Here's Fabio Vieira, goes all the way back to Turner. Turner kicks it out to Ben White. Ben White back to Saliba. Saliba to Holding. Holding to Saliba. Sambi, basically back to Saliba, and it's now to White. I think Bodo just going to try and stop us for as long as possible. Reece Nelson having to go back as well here. He has to go back to Saliba. Saliba finds Saka. To Ben White. Ben's trying to put Eddie through. Eddie's managed to get there, but he's having to go back as well. Saka. To Sambi. To Kieran Tierney. To Nelson. Nelson trying to put a cross in. He does manage to get one. Not the greatest cross in the world. Odegaard trying to find a way through. Just back to Saka, back to White, back to Saka. Well, tackled by the left back for Bodo. And that puts Bodo on the option to go for an attack, and they do. But it's well dealt with by Arsenal, and it's back to Turner. Ball's now with Odegaard. Back to White. Bodo's just passing it around, but they've misjudged the ball there, and it's gone out for a throw-in to Arsenal. I'd have to say Knutson's fairly happy with this first 14 minutes. Arteta probably not so happy. Yeah, he doesn't look so happy. Oh, bless me. Excuse me. Kieran Tierney pass way too heavy there for Nelson, and it goes out for a goal kick to Bodo. Balls with White. Now Sambi back to White. Trying to put Saka through. Saka has to pass all the way back to Saliba. So we're 15 minutes in. I'd have to say Bodo have had the better of the chances right now. But that's nothing for us to worry about too much. You know, Bodo are the home team. This pitch is well known for not being the greatest for top European teams. Doesn't seem to be giving us much issues, to be honest. There's only been one heavy-handed pass that hasn't quite reached the target for Arsenal so far. Zambi's trying to put Eddie through, but the goalkeeper gathers that heavily, and that would suggest to me again that was the ball was just misjudged, because it's very weird passing on this surface. You only have to over hit it a little bit, and it's pyong. It's like a catapult. It's Odegaard's down here, holding his ankle. I'm guessing he was caught late there. Let's have a look here. So Odegaard comes in for the challenge. Yeah, it's just a follow through from Samsted there on Odegaard. Just caught his ankle. Well, not too bad. He should be fine. Just be a little knock. Should be able to walk that off, no problem. I do hope that his dad's there, because that'd be really nice for his dad to be able to go and see him. I just hope his dad's standing in the Arsenal side there. And a white slip there. Here comes Bodo. Solbakken. Now Bodo just trying to build an attack now with Pellegrino, but he managed to lose possession. It went out for an Arsenal throw-in, quickly taken. The ball's now with Ben White. Goes back to Saliba. To Turner. So they're saying here that Bodo have either won or not lost in 14 games at their home ground. I have to say I don't know about that. I haven't looked into it. It might be something I have to quickly look into, but that's crazy if that's the case. The pitch is probably as good as you're going to get in Norway. Definitely doesn't look awful. But it's seriously not a pitch that you choose to play on for anyone in the top European leagues. But Bodo just continuously to stick with their game plan, pass out from the back. If they don't go well, they just go back. And so Arsenal just need to keep their shape, keep their cool, and don't make silly errors like that. Turner's managed to sort that error out. Big clearance. It goes out for a Bodo throw-in. Yeah, we just need to keep our cool a little bit. We don't want silly mistakes happening. Big up to Chris.
Yo, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate.
Is there background noise though?
A little bit, but nothing too bad.
Yeah. What's good, people?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, mate. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Not too bad. You in the bar?
It's a bit noisy in here, man. Like.
What have you thought of the first 20 minutes, though?
Bodo are coming at us, man.
Yeah, well, they're going
What can you do with
to.
this counter?
Here comes Odegaard. No, Bodo is sticking with their game plan, and it's working for them. So.
Come on, the Arsenal. We need to get the ball back, man.
Yeah, we do need to get a goal quite early, I reckon. What have you thought of it so far, though?
What's that?
What have you thought of it so far?
You what? Sorry?
What have you thought of the game so far?
It's been cagey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been cagey, but yeah, I think they've looked dangerous, definitely.
Yeah, they're looking dangerous now.
Nearly got through there as well.
Yeah, well done, Turner.
But yeah, man, I just hope we can get the 3 points today, man.
Yeah, it's so important.
Then we've qualified. We're top of the group. We can, sort of rotate our pack a bit more in our last couple of games. Yeah,
we've got PSV to deal with next week first. That's the tricky one. So I guarantee Van Nistelrooy will be gunning for us. So
what's this?
Van Nistelrooy will be gunning for us next week.
Yeah, definitely.
Bodo looking very good the first 22 minutes. It's worrying. We just need to keep our cool.
Listen, I'm going to try and get some headphones and then come back.
Yeah, no worries, Chris. No worries.
2 seconds.
All right, bud. Bodo just passing it around right now. Big up to Chris, though. Saliba under a bit of pressure here. Well handled. Ben White clears it. Goes to Saka. Saka. Don't want to get players in the way of each other. Odegaard to Fabio. Oh no, it's Tierney. Sorry. To be fair, from a distance, they look exactly the same player. It is a very cagey first half, or first 25 minutes. It's a bit more cagey than I would like. I would have liked it a little bit more. It's a goal. It's a goal for Saka. See if we can find the goal. So it's a goal for Saka there. We'll have to just go through it with you here. So Saka finds Sambi. Back to Saka. Deflected quite clearly past the goalkeeper. But it's going to be his... Oh no. Okay. So Saka went for the shot. Came off the defender, then rebounded it from his face. So his face has now got a goal. He got 2 goals. But that is 1-0 to the Arsenal. Saka with the goal. Very, very much what we needed right now, to be fair. Saka with a goal there. Whew. So that helps us out a lot, to be honest. Bodo are not going to change their game plan, just so you know. Just because they're 1 goal down does not mean they're going to change the way they play. They just don't. Knutson has this drilled into them constantly. So if we think this is going to open Bodo up, you're going to be very mistaken. they're just going to keep going for this style and hope that they get a goal from it. Quick throw-in taken there. Here comes Bodo here. Bit of pinball in the back, but cleared by Kieran Tierney, who's got Eddie through here. Eddie's got literally no one there to help him, though. Reece was trying to catch up and help. But Eddie's going to have to try and do something, and just... He's gone back to Fabio. Fabio back to Sambi. To Martin Odegaard. To Saka again. Oh, that time, not such a good shot. Nearly went through someone's window, though. And also knocked out a cameraman. That was... Yeah, it just went slightly over the cameraman. The cameraman was actually filming at that time. So it's better from Arsenal. Bodo aren't going to change the way they play, so I don't think Arsenal should change the way that we play. You know, just keep plucking at it. White here. Back to Saliba. Oof. Turner. Up to Kieran Tierney. I would say that Turner needs to find a way of not kicking it so high. Every pass out he seems to do is really high. He doesn't need so much height on it. But Saka through here. Cross. Out for an Arsenal corner. Tony saying could really do with a holding goal. Done him anytime. Well, corner's coming up now, mate, so you never know. None too calm. I have to be calm. You know, I've got high blood pressure. I need to stay calm. It is very hard sometimes. I'm slightly less stressed about this game due to the fact it's a kind of a league format. So games I've done recently, game against Tottenham, Liverpool, they were stressful. My blood pressure didn't like those. But no, this one I'm all right. You know, I think we're not going to expect any different from Bodo. Bodo are not going to change their game plan, even with us 1-0 up. They're going to continue playing the way they play. And yeah, we're coming up to 28 minutes gone. It is 1-0 to the Arsenal, which is definitely what we need. We've obviously got PSV next week. That is going to be tricky. Managed by one of our nemesis in Van Nistelrooy. He's obviously going to be wanting to beat us. Eddie with a shot. Less talked about that, the better. But yeah, next week's going to be the trickier one. If we can get one win against PSV, I'll be happy. If we get a win and the draw against PSV, we're through. So, yeah. Oh, no. Pellegrino's through here. And the less said about his shot, the better. That was awful. Did the linesman flag? Don't think he did he? Did he flag up? No, he didn't. The flag stayed down. Pellegrino. There's literally no reason for that bad shot there. That was just, that is an awful shot. I think even the pictures gone against Bodo there, to be honest. That was awful. Here comes, yeah. Some of these passes, we have to bear this in mind that passes aren't going to be 100% accurate tonight. They're just not. It's the pitch. It's definitely more the pitch than it is anything else. So when people think, Saliba's passing wasn't great, or any player, to be fair, that just bear in mind the pitch. The pitch is so hard to pass on. It's so tricky sometimes. Saka fouls Gronbach, and Saka has been booked for that foul on Gronbach. So 30 minutes in. Free kick to Bodo. We just need to keep calm, you know. There's going to be no tricks up the sleeve for Bodo. We know if we've done our scouting right and we've done our research right, we know how they're going to play. And we just need to make sure we cut them out and stop them as much as possible. So, and if we stick to our game plan, we should be absolutely fine. Here's Kieran Tierney. Nelson, back to Tierney. Back to Nelson. But Samstead. Oh no, that's Lodi. Cleared by Bodo. The passing back there, well done, Saliba. I say that's just beautiful. I think he knew full well that it would have been dangerous to pass it back there because of the pitch, and he chose not to. Much better idea. If you can do that, see, for a lot of us, some of us may have trained on this. I certainly have. It is a tricky surface. It does take some getting used to. "32 minutes played. It's a free kick to Arsenal. Foul by Solbakken. Ball goes back to Saliba. Saliba is now becoming our general, isn't he? Let's be honest. Odegaard, Saka. Saka to Odegaard. Odegaard doesn't find Tierney. Tierney can let this go out. This will be a corner to us. Corner to Arsenal. Going to be taken by Reece Nelson. Takes it short to Odegaard. Crosses it in. The holding was there, but the ball's now with Eddie. Saliba's trying to be clever there, but goalkeeper collects it. It's out with Solbakken. I'll talk to your comments in one moment. I'm just watching Solbakken at the moment. It's going backwards though. So big up to Moss. Hope you're doing well, mate. How's it going? Few chances. Saka dangerous. I want to see, but let's go. Yeah, but I would have to say that Bodo have also been a threat. We have to be honest. Bodo have been a threat. This is their home ground. They obviously are used to this pitch way more than we will be. Cool. Well, that cross just showed you how that pitch works. It's mental. Sambi and Nelson doing pretty well. It's all right. You know, no one's having a bad game for me at the moment, so that's always good. Had to pause Bobby for a bit. No worries. Seems like very high quality field turf, Rich Norse. Yeah, I'm just not a great fan of the turf, personally. You know, maybe it's because I've played in England and I'm used to our pitches. I don't like it. I've played on it before. Oh, it's another early kickoff next week for me. Arsenal versus PSV. That's annoying. So it's another early kickoff next Thursday, guys, against PSV. I do apologise. All these Norse names sound so familiar to me. So many names from our Scandinavians over here. Yeah, we don't have so many over here. We all originate pretty much from them, but surnames not so much. Here's Kieran Tierney. For some reason, Kieran Tierney's playing centre midfielder. Don't know why. I'm sure he'll go back on the left in a minute. Kind of. There we go. Now playing left wing. These crosses, they need to be more accurate. And I'm not going to be too mean because the pitch is a nightmare. You have to be 100% perfect with these passing and crossing for these types of turf. Here comes Gronbach to Sabstead. And Bodo just passing it around now. Slowly pushing up into and just keep passing it. Bodo are not going to play any different though. I have to keep saying this is the way that Bodo play. They try and keep possession as much as they possibly can. But Arsenal are holding our formation well enough where Bodo just cannot get through. So it's just going to be a lot of passes. It's going to be probably the possession stats are going to be very similar to last week's game, where Bodo will be with the higher possession, and that's fine. It is what it is. Here comes Bodo, but well defended by Arsenal. Here comes Eddie. He's been fouled. Fouled by Berg. Eddie knew exactly what he was doing there. 37 minutes played. It's 1-0 to Arsenal. Bodo are doing well. Yeah, it's just it can be tricky for the passing game. That's all it really is. Really, it's tricky for the passing game. But other than that, it's all right. Yeah, it's definitely better than the AstroTurf. Jeez, I remember that stuff. Shin pads were absolutely pointless for you. You needed more like knee guards, like you'd be go skateboarding or something. But yeah, this field turf's not too bad. I just prefer field, proper turf, natural, But it is what it is. I get why they use it because obviously it helps them keep their games going when the weather hits. So I do get it. I'm not having a knock at any Scandinavian leagues here. It works for them, and it's our job to handle it. Here comes Gronbach. Not fouled by Sambi there. Thought that was a bit of a foul to be honest, but Sambi's lost it here. And here comes Bodo. Ooh. Bodo very, very unlucky there. Turner, well collected. Turner's doing very well with his positioning and his decision making. You have me synced up, awesome. But yeah, it's a good start. It's a good start so far. I'm a happy bunny. We're 1-0 up. We're 1-0 up in a tricky place to go to be fair. So, yeah. Corner to Arsenal though. Saka, it's coming up to 40 minutes. 40 minutes, spot on now. Obviously, Tony needs a goal from holding. These corners are where we're going to get it. Saka with a corner. Defended by Bodo, but it goes back out for another corner. Apologise for yawning. Bodo have got possession once again. I think we could be quite happy with this for a first half performance, 1-0 up. You know, Bodo are just not going to change. They just don't. And that's fine with us. And Bodo just cannot make a mistake. They nearly did there, but the mistake has led through to Turner having to kick out. But he spotted that well and came out quickly. Ben White back to Turner and kicks it out and clears it. But it just goes back to Bodo. I think if this is how the game's going to go, this is going to be quite a little bit of an easy training session for us, to be honest. Bodo going through here. Cross comes in. Well defended by Holding. We've got to be careful this little dinky passing there. Did go out for a throw into Arsenal there. So yeah, I'm surprised that it's going to be an early kickoff next week. I'm guessing a lot of Arsenal fans are not going to be happy about that. 5:45 kickoff again. To be honest, I'd be glad when these ones have stopped. I hate these 5:45 kickoffs. Here comes Nelson. Beats Samstead very well there. He's currently got two players. He goes down, tells him to get up. He goes out for a Bodo goal kick. Didn't think Saka would play, but the lad must be feeling great. Yep, I knew Odegaard, Vieira, and Saliba and Katie would be in, and the safe hands Turner. Yeah, Turner's been all right so far. His decision making's been good. I think just when he kicks it out, I think he could do with just losing a little bit of height in it. He seems to kick the ball out quite high. I think when you just do that, you lose a bit of time. Here comes Saka though. To Ben White. Ben White managed to keep it in, but then kicks it out for a goal kick to Bodo. You see his little club interview thing with Frimpong. No. They all mornings or afternoons for me, so it don't matter. Yeah, good point. It's just a pain. It's just a bit of a pain for me. Not too bad at the weekends, but weekdays, not so easy. That's why I only started 5 minutes before kickoff. Yeah, his passing's all right. I just want him to kick it a little bit lower. I think everyone's had a decent game. Fabio's been a little bit quiet, but I think that's more to do with his position. Colm calling for Bodo to score. Leeds is 2 o'clock kickoff on Sunday. So yeah, that will be. I think you're only 6 hours behind now, aren't you? So that's 8 o'clock in your time. Yeah, to be honest, no one's really put many feet wrong. There's been a couple of weird passes now and then, but other than that, nothing too bad. But that is half time because there's literally no injury time whatsoever. Guys, I will be back very shortly. I've just got to do parent duties and I will be back. I'll just make sure I put half time there for you, everyone, so everyone knows it's half time. But I will be back very shortly. I've just got to do parent duties. Be back very shortly, guys. Guys, I'm back. Right. So 1-0 to the Arsenal. Let's look at the stats. See if we can find the stats on this silly thing as well. Might have stats on here. We do have stats. Awesome. Okay. So possession, 41% possession for Bodo, 59 for Arsenal. 1 attempt for Bodo, 5 for Arsenal. 11 attacks for Bodo, 18 for Arsenal. Total attempts just for Bodo's 1. Okay, I think they might be a bit harsh on stats there for Bodo, personally. 1 corner for Bodo, 4 for Arsenal. Passing accuracy. Arsenal dealing with this pitch way better than Bodo actually are. 90% possession, 90% accuracy for passing for us. 86 for Bodo. Yeah, so far so good. Passes completed, 282 for Arsenal, 203 for Bodo. Yellow cards, 1 for Saka, obviously, and there's obviously been an early substitution for Bodo as well, with Saltnes going off and Grunbach coming on. But yeah, I think overall we should be quite happy with that. Martin's in the studio talking. I'm sure that's positive with Joe Cole. But I think, considering that a lot of us were concerned about the pitch, I think we've done it well. You know, I don't think there's much to talk about that the pitch is being a hindrance to any of us. I'd say probably 2 or 3 passes have gone a bit skew-iff, but other than that, I think it's absolutely fine. But obviously, it was a bit of a strange goal by Saka. Saka went for the shot, came off the defender, hit him in the face of Saka, and it was a goal. So, but you should take any goal how it comes, no matter how beautiful it is. We are probably 3 or 4 minutes away from the kickoff from the second half. Let's see if there's any scores that we can go into that have already kicked off. PSV are playing later against Zurich. Fenerbahce are 1-0 up against AEK Larnaca. Roma are 1-0 down against Betis. Sporting Braga are 3-1 up against USG. Feyenoord are drawing 1-1 with Midtjylland. Freiburg are 1-0 up against Nantes. And Karabag and Olympiacos are 0-0. Into the Conference League, Basak Sahir are 2-0 up against RFS. Fiorentina are 4-0 up against Hearts, so that'll please Moss. Austria Vienna are 0-0 against Villarreal. Partizan are 1-0 up against FC Köln. Limassol are 1-0 up against Alkmaar. Djurgårdens are 3-0 up against KAA Ghent. Cluj are 1-0 up against Slavia Prague. Slovan Bratislava are 1-1 with Basel. And that brings you up to date with all the goals in Europe as of now. Let's have a look, see what they're saying about ratings right now. That's always quite interesting for half time. So they're saying Epsjord is Bodo's best player. I think it's quite tough actually to say it's him. I think Solbakk's had a decent first half. Pellegrino's had a good half. Berg's definitely had a good half. They're saying Sambi's the best Arsenal player. Again, I think that's quite wrong, to be fair. I think Odegaard's probably the better. Saka, but no one's below 6.6 right now, so that's all good. I'm sure we're going to make some second half substitutions at some point. I just hope it's not the big guns. I think if we go 2-0 up, I don't think we really need to bring the big guns on. I think give the kids a chance. I think that'll be quite good for us. There's no breaking news. No. So probably any minute now for the second half for Arsenal and Bodo. Can't believe Comms wants Bodo to win, but I suppose that's what you do when you're a rival. You want your rivals to lose and an embarrassing loss too. Actually, whilst I'm looking at this, I'm going to quickly look up this Bodo Glimt home record at European competitions. Let's have a look. It's only because I heard something really weird. Okay, so yeah, Bodo Glimt have won all of their last 14 home matches in Europe. In Europe, 100% record. That is mad. I wonder if you can tell who they've played. So who have Bodo played? Does it tell you? Maybe it doesn't tell me. See if I can find it. No, I'm not going to be told, am I? But 14 wins in a row in Europe is crazy. Like, you're going to play a decent team in that time. So, big up to Bodo for managing to do that. But I do hope that it stops tonight. You know, we really do need an Arsenal win. I don't think there's any substitutions here. So Arsenal kicking us off. So that Arsenal are playing right to left. Matt Turner with a big kick up trying to find Saka. Eddie's managed to get it back. Ball's with Ben White to Saka. Ball just goes out of play though. So it's a goal kick. Sorry, Saka, but I do have to. Yeah, as Moss saying here, Mulder clear in Norway, whereas Moss FK and Rosenborg and Viking, how are they doing? I shall quickly tell you, mate. So Mold are 15 points clear. Bodo are second. Rosenborg are third. Lillestrøm are fourth. Vålerenga are fifth. Viking are eighth. Tromsø are seventh. Odd Glenland are sixth. Martin's dad's team in Sandersfjord are 14th. But yeah, so Mulder pretty much. But here comes Bodo. Espjord trying to get through there, but Fabio just nearly lost it, but goes out for a Arsenal throw-in, I think, there. Fabio's struggling in this position personally. Doesn't really suit him. He's having to do more defensive, like letting Odegaard go more, push more forward than Fabio is. I'd personally do it the other way around. I don't think Fabio should be playing the more defensive role. Here comes Reece Nelson. Still Reece Nelson. Nelson being pushed far left. Managed to get to Fabio. Back to Kieran Tierney. Back to Fabio. Back to Tierney. It goes all the way back to Holding and back to Saliba. Yeah, Rosenborg used to be Nelson went for a shot there. That was just awful. Yeah, Rosenborg and fourth. Yeah, they used to be like the top team. The top team. No one really even competed with them, to be fair. Well, Braga 3-1 up. Yeah, Robert sure have been good. Turning to that one too. Yeah, I thought Fabio would be better today. Yeah, they're not playing to Fabio's. They're pushing to his weaknesses, which is defence. He's not the greatest defender. Odegaard's pushing more forwards than Fabio. I think that's the wrong decision, personally. So they're making Fabio look bad. I think Odegaard should be playing further back and let Fabio push forward. But that's just me. Fabio is his ability to find beautiful passing though is just ridiculous. But Fabio is not a good defender. Simple as that. I would rather if Saka was going to play then go left side and Vieira on right, or vice versa. Yeah, exactly. I just don't agree with this decision to put Fabio where he is. I think that's personally a silly decision. It's going to make Fabio look bad, and he's not looking great. But when he does get the opportunity to go forward, he's looking okay. Here comes Solbakken. Here comes Fabio. Tries to find Eddie. Ball's back with Ben White now. Now Saliba. It was like a decade straight. Yeah, Rosenborg were mad. Yeah. They had so much finances as well because they obviously kept qualifying for Champions League. So their finances were just being pushed further away from the other teams. But now Mulder have got rich owners. So, yeah, so it's obviously a bit of a change. The reason Bodo are pushing so well is because this Knutson is a very good coach. And this style of play has suited Bodo for quite... Ooh. Okay, a little dodgy passing there. But like I said, don't go too hard on bad passing. Some bad passing is just going to be affected by the pitch. So let's go easy on the passing. Good job so far from KT. Yeah, I think he's done well. I think most of the players have done well, to be honest. I wouldn't say that we've even come out of third gear. I don't think we need to right now. I would like a second and bring on some of the youngsters. I do worry about passing all the way back to our goalkeeper though with this type of pitch. It can be a little bit risky, especially when a weakness of Matt Turner is his feet work. We're 51 minutes played. It's Bodo 0, Arsenal 1, and I've realised I've still got the half time off. Let's take the half time off. There we go. Bodo is struggling to mount an attack at the moment because Arsenal is just cutting out every single... I'm saying that. So of Bodo, because here comes Pellegrino. Good shot, good stop by Turner there. Ball lost by Sambi. And Ben White was pushed up. Good stop by Turner there. To be honest, I don't think Pellegrino could have done much more. So good stop by Turner, you know. Just out for an Arsenal throw-in at the moment. Normally field turf, the ball spins and bounces so high. This pitch seems better, but than what I witnessed here. Yeah, but it's also what happens with this turf is you're the amount that you have to pass it, as in the power, you can get that very wrong very quickly because it just spins. It just it's like bowling alley. the surface is just will not slow that ball down at all like it does on turf. So yeah, that's how it's different with passing. So we just have to allow some passes just won't go where we expect them to, and that's fine. I'm not going to be hard on that. Oil and Way money. Turner, big save. Yeah, he's done well. Pellegrino, pretty good. Yeah, he's been pretty good. Solback has been good, and the guy in the middle, can't think of his name. And to be honest, I don't think I want to say his name again because it is quite tricky. Let's see if I can get his name again. See if I can get his name. Esbjord. Esbjord's been very good as well. Their front three is pretty good. It's not, I think as Bodo fans, you shouldn't be too hard on your team. They're doing the best they can. And they are. I think they're pretty good. Corner to Arsenal. We need a holding goal for Tony. But yeah, I think Bodo are a decent team. They are good. So Nelson going to take the corner. High. Trying to find Eddie. It goes out for a goal kick to Bodo. Don't know why we're trying to get Eddie to be the back post man there. Here comes Fabio. This is what Fabio's good at. Attacking. Finds Saka with a beautiful pass. Saka being pushed back a little bit, back to Sambi. Back to Tierney. Tierney's shot. Wasn't great. Very wide. Looks like our coaches are a little bit chilly in Norway at the moment. I do quite find that funny. I always mix up the Unions, Berlin and the Belgians. Looks too similar on the scoreboard. Yeah. Yeah, because you got Union St. Gilles. But here comes Solbakken. Solbakken with a shot. Oh, just over. Wow. That is the danger. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of Norse names up north and North Scotland, Skye and Orkneys. Yeah, you're spot on. Yeah, we've been at, Solbakken with a good shot there. Cool. So close. He's been dangerous, Solbakken. Fans trying to get into it. Yeah. They are quite quiet. I did hear that this place was meant to be absolutely rocking. I have to be honest, been slightly disappointed. Oh, now they started to sing. Of course they would. As soon as I start saying that, I've been told about their fans. Yeah, Solbakken is the guy that I quite like him actually. I think he's quite a good, because he's quite weird to see such a tall right winger, but he can play striker as well. So I quite like him. I have to say, I do quite like him. He's someone I'm definitely going to keep an eye out more. I was told to keep an eye out for him. And what I've seen so far, I've been quite impressed. But I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this guy because I don't know if I've heard of rumour, but he's meant... Oh, Bodo just going through there, just over by Esbjord. Okay, they're putting us apart a little bit here. Okay, Arsenal just need to wake up. It's this second half syndrome that we seem to have. I think Holding's got to kind of take a little bit of blame there. That is a big opportunity from Esbjord. So Granit Xhaka's coming on here. So Saka's coming off. So, okay, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Saka off. Xhaka on. I would say, because that'll put Fabio on the right. And yeah, that's Wigan something Bomo. His name's crazy. Going on, so Martinelli's coming on as well here. I think that's Reece Nelson coming off. So that's another Arsenal sub. I do apologise. I've had to put this twice now. I wasn't sure anything else was happening, to be honest. Okay, so if we can get this, if we can get the second now with Martinelli and Xhaka on, I would prefer to see Taylor or Ibrahim come on later. I think Xhaka going there will be perfect because he's definitely better defensively than Vieira is. I'm not saying deep defensive. I'm just saying just defensively minded. He's better at it. Fabio is now on the right. Now I'm getting a little bit stressed because I could do with just getting a second here. And Bodo are just annoying me. Because Bodo are just slowly coming into the game a bit. Like I said, their game plan doesn't change. It's what the opposition do. So obviously the opposition Arsenal have let Bodo in a little bit. We do need to see this game out. We need to make sure that we go home with 3 points. Here comes Eddie. Balls with Martinelli. Martinelli back to Tierney. Tierney's playing in some really weird positions today. He's currently right centre midfield. I don't quite know what's going on with Tierney. I don't know if it's giving him a free rein. Do what you want. Because Kieran Tierney is just lining up in some crazy positions today. Ball goes back to Turner. Turner kicks it out nicely. Ball's back with no, it wasn't Marquinhos. Marquinhos has not come on. So Xhaka came on for Saka. So that's pushed out Fabio out on the right. Well done, Turner. No, so yeah, so Fabio Vieira's gone on the right. Xhaka's gone into the middle, and Martinelli's gone on for Nelson. I think that's all right. You know, I'm kind of happy with that. It would do. It will do. It will do, people. So Arsenal throwing. Kieran Tierney throws it in. Sambi goes back to Saliba. Saliba finds Sambi. To Ben White. Ben White's trying to find Xhaka. Xhaka nearly found it, you know. Not someone you really expect to run through running through the defence. But this season, anything's possible for Xhaka. Anything's possible. I have to say, he's my favourite player this season. mainly because we do need Eddie to get a goal. Eddie needs to get a goal quickly for his own confidence. He's one of those confident players, isn't he? And if he keeps going games without goals, it drops. I know he got one last week. Before anyone says anything, yes, he got one last week. But he needs to get one for himself where he's there at the right time, or, works on a good attack for himself. I need him to get a goal for himself, boost his confidence. Here comes Kieran Tierney to Martinelli, to Xhaka, to Sambi, to Odegaard. Odegaard trying to find Eddie. Well blocked by Bodo there. But here comes Bodo on an attack. They can find Solbakken. They do find Sol, but too heavily hit. It's crazy that Bodo are struggling with the passing more than probably we are. He needs goal for record 5 in a row. Yeah, but I think for him, he just wants to win. I hope he does anyway. We can't be the team down the road who just want records for the fun of it. What matters is for Arsenal. So even Kieran Tierney struggles with these passes on this pitch. Turner he's doing well. I'm not going to knock him, mate. I'm certainly not going to knock him. I think he's doing all right. I really do. I would just like a little bit less height on some of these passes that he does. Only because it cuts down time, it builds the attacks quicker. But other than that, no, it's fine. Cross there comes from Bodo, but Xhaka handles it okay. Ball's gone to Sambi. Sambi clears it, trying to find Martinelli, but I don't think he's going to find Martinelli. No, Bodo deal with that perfectly fine. Ref pulls back for a foul to Bodo. Bodo just trying to build an attack here, but they lose possession and give it straight to Kieran Tierney. Now the ball's with Eddie. He's pulled back. Foul to Arsenal. Higher skill tends to show up more on these pitches, Bobby. It's what I learned over the years. Yeah, it's such a tricky pitch, honestly. But, I'd say Arsenal probably dealing with it better than Bodo are, to be honest. PSV is going to work Zurich, aren't they? Yeah, I would have thought so. I hope Zurich can do us a favour, but honestly, I can't see it. And big up to Munzie. Hope you're doing well, mate. His Man United are playing shortly. Just waiting for this free kick to be taken by Arsenal. See if it'll be Odegaard or Martinelli to take it. We're 66 minutes in. It's taken short. Odegaard, low cross, gathered by the goalkeeper. Kind of see what they're trying to do, but it didn't really pan out very well. They Solbakken with a ball now. Here comes Vetlesen. He's been good. Solbakken. Back to Gronbach. Well defended by Ben. Fabio clears it. But it does go back to Bodo. And they can build another attack. So the thing is, I watched, like I said earlier, I was watching Silkeborg against West Ham. And that was a high-scoring game, but the actual quality bores you a little bit because it's just not quite there due to the pitch, I'd say. It's weird. I'm not saying that you get loads of perfect games on turf, but I watch quite a lot of Scandinavian football, and the quality is just not always there. It's like one more touch is needed to like pull the ball under possession sometimes. Arsenal doing a high press here on Bodo, and they do lose it to Arsenal. Here comes Martinelli. Back to Xhaka, back to Sambi, back to Saliba. Ball's back with White now, but here comes Fabio. Fabio tackled there and fouled by Gronbach, I think. So it's a free kick to Arsenal. So we've got a double substitution here. Tomiyasu and Marquinhos. So Odegaard's coming off. Who else is coming off here? I don't know who else is coming off here. Oh, it's Ben White. Okay. Sub. What? Jeez. Odegaard off. And it's Tomiyasu and Marquinhos is on. 70th minute. Still disappointed I'm not getting to see the young kids. I'd love to have seen Ibrahim being one, or even Edwards. Edwards still has a chance, you know, to give Eddie a break. As Eddie's not having everything his own way up there, so, you know, it's worth maybe giving it a different option, bringing on Edwards. It's so hard to control this ball on this type of pitch. It's really hard. As Moss say, it defines the quality of player that you are. Bodo just passing it around again. We're coming up to 71 minutes played. Still Bodo. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Bodo nearly got through there again. Honestly, Bodo really plays some really good football sometimes. You know, as much as I would like Turner to hit the ball lower just so it's slightly quicker, his accuracy with these passes, the way that he does it, is it's more or less 100%. It's crazy. But yeah, like the commentator saying, Bodo definitely creating chances. I'm not going to say that Arsenal are lucky to be 1-0 up because we're not, but Bodo definitely had chances. Here's Kieran Tierney, Sambi. Kieran Tierney. Here comes Bodo. Solbakken. Just can't get. They can't get their passing right. Sometimes it's it's quite entertaining because we all like, oh, what are we going to have to do with the pitch? But Bodo are struggling with the surface just as much as we are. So this is their home. Bodo are getting slightly frustrated. I think was there a yellow card there? Either the ref just told him to hurry up, or he did actually brandish a yellow there. I'm not sure. It was 73 minutes played. Bodo 0, Arsenal 1. Saka with a goal in the 25th minute. It was good work by Arsenal. Shot came in from Saka, hit the Bodo defender. The ball then hit Saka in the face and it went in the goal. A goal's a goal. Saka did well in the first place, so. Moss saying here, Belotti has tied it up for Roma. I think they were losing earlier. It's now 1-1. Here comes Marquinhos. Being pushed out wide here. Being forced back to Tomiyasu. Ball goes back to Saliba. What? Union have tied it back. To be honest, mate, that doesn't surprise me. They looked really good. They've got some interesting attacking lineup. I think one of them's on loan from Brighton. It was part of the Undaf signing. And it's the style of play again that I quite like with Union Saint Louis. Oh, I'm glad you're happy with your markets. I don't want to get into politics with my politics anyway, but I'm glad that things are going better for you. Bodo just passing it around now. How has he managed? Has he seriously won a foul there? So Esbjord is now coming off here. So it's a Bodo sub. It's Jord, I think. Let's spell it. Esbjord and Salverson is coming on. Freiburg 2-0 again. They have been impressive. Yeah, a lot of these people talk down about the Bundesliga, don't they? But seriously, I think they should realise the Bundesliga is quite a good quality now. It's definitely improving. There's more teams that have got good quality. Arsenal with the ball at the moment. Ball's with Marquinhos. Back to Holding. Back to Saliba. Holding trying to find Marquinhos, but well defended by Bodo there. The commentator's going to say his name way easier than I am, that's for certain. "77 minutes played. Still 1-0 to the Arsenal. Brings back happy 80s, 90s vibes for us. I'll take a 1-0. I'll take any win, to be fair. If we went 2-0 off, I'd like either Edwards or Ibrahim to come on. Give him some time. Here comes Bodo. Cut out by Arsenal. Saliba just being fouled, to be honest. Here comes Sambi. Marquinhos loses the ball there. More of a case of just struggled to get the ball under control. Not exactly sloppy. God, yeah. Turner kicks out the ball to Tierney. Here comes Tierney. Ball's with Martinelli. There's Xhaka. Tomiyasu to Marquinhos. Here comes Marquinhos. Finds Tomiyasu, but pushes Tomiyasu a bit too far wide here. He's won it back. It goes out for an Arsenal throw-in. 79 minutes played. I don't think we should make any changes. I think try and get this second and then bring one of the kids on. Give them some time with the first team. I know they're training with them, but it'd be nice for them to make their debut. Here comes Eddie. It's gone out for a goal kick there. How's that happen? Oh, yeah, it just came off Eddie's shin there. Oh, no, it's by the ref. So United will be playing Amonia Nicosia shortly for the United. Yeah. It's only a part of the stadium, actually. I've noticed it. There's like a couple of stands that just go bonkers. The rest of the stands kind of calm, to be honest. Bodo just doing what they do, pass it around at the back. I would get rather stressed as a Bodo supporter, I have to say. They pass so close to their goalkeeper, it's ridiculous. Eddie fouls there. Bodo free kick, quickly taken. Here's Loda. Develtion. He's got Sol back in here. Can Sol back and create anything here? Cross there by Bodo, but well defended by Arsenal. It goes straight back into possession for Bodo. Did Arsenal manage to keep that in? They did. He's still Bodo. Oh, that could be a handball there, you know. I think it was down by his side, so I think he should be fine. Obviously, I don't think there's any VAR at the group stages here. I think Sammy might be a little bit lucky. Not sure. Don't know if we'll get a replay of it at least. Oh, they've got VAR. Okay. They'll make their mind up because they did say they weren't going to do VAR at group stage. Xhaka's determination keeps the ball, but Bodo got it back. cleared by the goalkeeper. Here comes Bodo again. Solbacken's now in the middle, which slightly concerns me. Ooh. Turn behind for a corner. Is there a substitution coming up here? To be fair, I don't know what else you want Sleeper to do there. He needs one to get some kind of touch on it so it goes out. So Sambi's come off. Thomas Partey's coming on. Eek. Okay. This worries me a little bit. I have to be honest. I'm not sure about this, to be honest. I think putting Partey on is a little bit risky. Okay, Bodo's got a throw in. Quickly taken to Vouchton. It's going to be another Bodo. Yeah, I know. Just to be honest, I just hope we don't have to go to Scandinavia again. It just doesn't suit our style of play. Playing this type of team doesn't suit us, to be honest. They push so far back and play out from the back, so far deep. It doesn't really suit us because we don't push that far forward. I think our big test for this group will be next week against PSV. Arsenal's passing it around now. Come up to 86 minutes. Solver back and well defended Tomiyasu. Here comes Martinelli. But yeah, we've got a lot of away games coming up now. Here comes Marquinhos. No, it wasn't great there. But again, I'll blame that on the surface. I think if you know it well enough, the surface, you'll know what is a surface ball and what's not. That was just not a surface ball. Collision here between Marquinhos and their left back, the guy I just cannot say his name. Wembangomo. Yeah, Wembangomo. Is there a substitute? Or are they talking about capacity? So I just heard the both up on their feet now, so that's always good. It's weird to see a Diodora being sponsored by someone. I think no offense to Diodora, but that kind of says the finance deals in Europe. Diodora are not well known for amazing football equipment or clothing range, to be fair, compared to like Nike, Adidas, and others, Under Armour. A bit of a flashback to Diadora, to be fair. Back in the 80s and 90s, getting Diadora boots because, you know, didn't have much money, so you just buy what you can. Thomas Partey's been given a yellow card. I think it's a double substitution coming on here for Bodo. Bratton. Pellegrino. Pellegrino's off, and Mavuka, who played in the first leg against us. There we go. So yeah, the latest substitute for Bodo. I don't think there's going to be much injury time for this game either now, to be honest. I mean, there's no way that we can say this is amazing from Arsenal. Definitely hasn't been amazing, but we've done the job. We've done the job. That's pretty much all we need to do. Go to Bodo, go to Norway, go to the Northern Lights, come back with 3 points. That's what we're doing. We're getting the job done. I would have liked us to have been a little bit more clinical, maybe a bit more adventurous, but I think we haven't really left third gear. 3 minutes of injury time. If we get 3 points, I'll be well chuffed. So, you know, happy days are here again. Obviously, the big challenge will be next week against PSV. Here comes Bodo with one more attack. Well cleared by Holding. Ooh, goalkeeper's made an error there. Well defended by that defender there. Because if not, Eddie was through. That was brilliant by the Bodo defender. Here comes Gronbach, who does not find anyone with that pass. That's just too strong, just does not find anyone at all. So we've only got 2 more minutes left to play. That is a man with a very amazing ginger beard. If anyone got to see that, that is an impressive ginger beard. Turner's going to get done here for time wasting, but I think Turner's just yet. Someone's been given a yellow there. I'm guessing it's Turner. Yeah, thought so. It's just needless yellow cards. We don't really need this. Really don't. But it has to be said, considering that Bodo have won 14 games in a row in Europe at home. I think Roma and Celtic were 2 of those teams. I obviously don't know the rest of them, but it's impressive. You know, we've gone there and we've gone so far, coming away with a clean sheet and a win. Would I say it's the best Arsenal performance I've seen? Heck no. But I don't think we've really left third gear. Oh, Bodo have got a late corner here. Let's just see if we can Just keep them shut out for as much as possible. Hakin's going up here, the goalkeeper for Bodo. They're obviously trying to keep this well, they'll keep it undefeated, won't they? If 15 games undefeated, then. Turner, oh, that was clearly a foul. Hakin and Turner clash. I think he did well. Let's have a look. Yes, everyone was pushed into the goal there. I think when commentators say brilliant, it's kind of a very easy word to use. It's been a good performance. That is full time, guys. So it has finished. Bodo 0, Arsenal 1. And I will say that, you know, let's look at the stats quickly before we go. Let's just quickly get up the stats for this. Shouldn't take me too long. Bum, 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 bum. Let's just get the stats up for you. Let's share this with you as well so you can all see it. It's a lot easier. Let's have a look. So yeah, there we go. So possession for that game was Bodo with 44%, 56 for Arsenal. 7 attempts for Arsenal, 6 for Bodo, 26 attacks for Bodo, 24 for Arsenal. Corners 5 for Arsenal, 2 for Bodo. We did better with our passing accuracy, which is amazing because, you know, this pitch is well known for affecting passing accuracy. But it was a good performance. No more than that. It's a good performance. You know, we got the win. Keep it Union upset. Keep on. Keep a crime. Well done, Arsenal. 11th win this early season. Business done. Clean sheet. Yeah, it's a good performance. You know, I'm happy. Happy with that performance. Now we move on to next week, and the challenge will be PSV. So for me, well done to Arsenal. But yeah, let's move on to next week against PSV, and we'll see what happens. But right now, everyone, thank you for joining me. I will see you very, very soon. Take care, everyone.